Hello YouTube, it's Lion here with Hobbies of Man once again, and today we're doing another First Impressions review. Today we're going to be looking at Hell's Paradise, or Jigoku Raku, which is a story written by Yuji Kaku, who is a guy that used to work under Tatsuki Fujimoto. I think that's his name, the guy that did Chainsaw Man. He used to work for him, and you can kind of tell in the art style. He's also the current author of Ayashimon on, is that what it's called? Yeah, I think that is what it's called, over on the Shonen Jump magazine. It's not doing that great as far as I can tell, but I think it's fun. It's a pretty interesting kind of like yokai gangster story, which I think is cool. But this author has done a lot of interesting stuff, and Hell's Paradise is one of them. So let's look at it. The publisher here is Viz Media, and the demographic is shonen, but this is kind of a Shonen Jump plus, like shonen story in the Jump Plus magazine, as far as I can tell, or like Jump Squared. It's one of these like, hey, it's shonen, but it's a little too real for like the magazine or for the Shonen Jump app. So we gotta put it somewhere else. And so it's only available to read on the Shonen Jump subscription service online, like on your computer, or on Manga Plus. So yeah, that's it for that. The genres here are action, dark fantasy, and psychological thriller. And so far, I haven't really seen that last genre, but I kind of see where it's coming from. So I'm guessing that it's going to crop up a lot more in later volumes, which there's only 13 of, so it's actually a pretty easy read. And the adaptation for this is coming, or has already arrived. I can't remember exactly, but it's by Mappa, and it was supposed to release sometime this year, as far as I remember. I haven't seen anyone talk about it, so I'm guessing that it hasn't happened yet, but it is coming, so that's cool. And the premise here is basically that there's this guy who happens to be a ninja, a Ronin maybe? Well, I think Ronin are only samurai, but he's a ninja without a master. His name is Gabimaru the Hollow, and he is facing execution because he has deserted, and he has left his ninja village. And now he's being offered a pardon if he can go to this magical island that has appeared, and bring back the elixir of life, which is said to exist. And the reason people think it exists is because there's this kind of vague explanation / legend that the guy that is in charge of Gabimaru's village has drinking it before. So it's kind of interesting. And basically, if he can travel to this island and bring back this elixir, he will be pardoned, and he will be able to see his wife once again. And so we basically get to see the explanation of who Gabimaru the Hollow is, and kind of a deconstruction of his character after we kind of establish that he is one way, but realize that he is not that way through the actions of the story. And then we get to see him ship out to this magical island, which everyone thinks is a heaven on earth, and a paradise, a Garden of Eden, but also happens to be like this horrifying, place as well. And it basically ends right before things start to get serious, but we do get to see some very interesting action and a lot of very cool, interesting world building and political development happen around this situation. So I actually quite like it. I think it's really good. The art style is really awesome. It does have that kind of grungy, like not completely finished style that, Chainsaw Man has, but it is not as choppy as Ayashimon. It's a little bit more refined, in my opinion, and it fits the story very well. It does have this kind of like eerie, like, hey, this is rough kind of feeling to it. It's kind of gritty, I guess you can call it, but it's also very beautiful, very precise, and it kind of adds a lot to what's happening in the story. So I really like the art style here, even though that kind of like very scratchy, like gritty line work isn't really my favorite. I do think that it is really good in this case, so I like that a lot. And the premise is really, really cool. It's very interesting. And I actually really like these kind of like historical fantasy type stories. They're like about samurai and ninja, because it's just this genre that doesn't really like happen a lot here in the Western fantasy kind of book, stuff. So I actually like it. I think it's cool. But I'm not too sure where this is going from now. I mean, I understand what the point of it is. It's basically this kind of like survival game. Like whoever managed to survive, find the elixir in return, is going to win. But like, I don't see how anyone is going to win because it just feels very like unlikely, right? So I'm not sure if this is going to be like one of those stories that happens to like end with everyone dying or not, but I'm curious to see how it goes. So I'm very excited to read more of it. So yeah, I'm definitely going to read this digitally. I liked it, and I definitely want to collect the volumes, but they're just hard to get all the time, so I'm just not going to bother. I'm just going to read it all digitally, and if I like it after the end, I'll definitely go back and try to buy physical volumes at some point. But so far, it's pretty good. I just don't really want to commit to that kind of situation, right? So yeah, that's all I have to say. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, please leave a like, subscribe, and comment down below. Let me know what you thought. And thank you guys very much for watching. See you guys later.